Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your number one online political channel. In the political arena of this republic called Kenya, we have been having the name Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta being mentioned now and again. And as you know, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is the former president of this republic. But many people thought that since Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta had actually retired from active politics after serving 2 terms in office, his name was going to be out of the political arena. But that is not the same, because the name of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is actually being mentioned day in, day out. And as you know, he is the leader of Jubilee as a political party. The party that at one time William Samoei Arap Ruto wanted to take from him, but he couldn't. And after the court processes, the party was handed back to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And currently, he is the leader of Jubilee. But what is more shocking is that his name is always being mentioned, even when we talk about 2027 presidential election. And nobody can actually talk about 2027 presidential election without actually mentioning the name Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And that is why I want to dissect to you why that name is actually being mentioned now and again in the political arena, and why that name or that person by the name Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is actually going to influence 2027 presidential election, either positively or negatively. So if you are interested with that, I could request you that you stay put. And before we dive in to dissect all that, I could request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And also, if your friends are lovers of politics, it's good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always make sure to smash the bell button. And remember, doing all that is free. It doesn't cost you anything, but it could have helped this YouTube to grow up. And now, let us dive into that discussion. Why the name Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is actually being talked here and there in the political arena of this republic. First, you must know that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is the former president of this republic. And it was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta who endorsed Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga in 2022 presidential election. And at that time, many people thought that Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga was actually going to win massively. But that never happened. It is William Samoei Arap Ruto who secured victory. The second thing you must know is that currently it is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta who is the leader of Jubilee, the party which many people feel that it should support, right? It should support Fred Okengo Matiang'i to use it as his vehicle towards 2027 presidential election. And rumor have it that the former president is going to hand over Jubilee Party to Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And another thing which you must know is that President William Samoei Arap Ruto has always been seen to feast the former president now and again. And more so, from the time when the Gen Z's uprising came to being. And even Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga had actually told the public that it was Uhuru Kenyatta who actually told him to save the government of William Samoei Arap Ruto. Having known all that, why do you think the name Uhuru Kenyatta is actually being talked here and there in the political arena of this republic? One, because he is the leader of Jubilee. He has not resigned from active politics, and that is why he is still the person who is heading Jubilee as his leader. That is why you will find that still his name is actually being mentioned in the political arena. The second thing which makes people to speak about Uhuru Kenyatta is also being seen that it is Uhuru Kenyatta who has come up and is endorsing Fred Okengo Matiang'i to start at the presidency, let come 2027. And that is why many people feel that Uhuru Kenyatta is actually going to assist Fred Okengo Matiang'i to gang against William Samoei Arap Ruto, let come to 2027 presidential election. And because of that endorsement, that is why many people are trying to talk about Uhuru Kenyatta. And another thing which makes people to talk about Uhuru Kenyatta, it is because of the influence that family of Kenyatta family and now Uhuru Kenyatta as in the political arena. Because since independence, we have been hearing about the Kenyatta family, which is actually being taken forward by Uhuru Kenyatta. So that family has always remained in the national politics since independence. And that is why you cannot erase very easily the name Uhuru Kenyatta from the politics of this nation. And at the same time, people say that Uhuru Kenyatta is still the kingpin of Mount Kenya, that he has not handed to anybody the instrument which were given to him by the Kikuyu community or by the people of Mount Kenya in general. And because those instruments of taking that region forward has not been handed to any person, that is why still the name Uhuru Kenyatta is in our political arena. And another thing which actually make the name of Uhuru Kenyatta to be mentioned here and there, it is because that family is quite rich. And many people feel that they must associate themselves to that family. They must go for endorsement from that family. And many people say that if you get an endorsement from that family, then you will also be given finances so that you can use in campaigning. And that is why many people believe that if Uhuru will actually endorse Fred Okengo Matiang'i, then it's going to be very easy for Fred Okengo Matiang'i to have enough resources to use in his campaigns. So because of the wealth of that family of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and the Kenyatta family in general, that is why the name of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta will never cease to be in our political arena. So, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is actually going to be or going to influence 2027 presidential election. And he is going to do that both directly. And directly, I mean, if he endorses Fred Okengo Matiang'i to run for presidency, let come 2027, then we can say that he has been in that influence directly towards 2027 presidential election. And he can also be involved in 2027 presidential election indirectly, because many people feel that he can have a candidate and he can support that candidate indirectly without people actually knowing, or without even him coming out to endorse anybody. But he will be supporting that person who he believes that he should win 2027 presidential election from the background. So, the name Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta will actually be talked about and will influence 2027 presidential election. And as I have said, it can influence negatively or positively. And if it is going to have a positive impact, it means that the person who will be endorsed by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, it is likely that that person may unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And also, if it is going to influence 2027 presidential election negatively, it means that the person who is going to be probably be endorsed by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is going to fail terribly, is going to have that tag as being a project of the former president. I really don't know what you are saying. In which way do you believe that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is going to influence 2027 presidential election? Will it be negatively or will it be positively? And will the person who is going to be endorsed by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta going to win let come 2027 presidential election? Please, I would like you to drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to pump into this YouTube channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video, like the video. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to this YouTube channel, I say thank you, because you are our inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly until we meet in our next political discussion. Goodbye.